All right, I think it's 6:10. I think there's a little lagoon up here. Let's go have a look. Managed to get into the kayak by myself while Julie's asleep, without falling in. I think you could say that you could call me an expert now. Managing to row in a sort of straight line. Got the rod behind me. We might try do some trolling on the way back. I do have a newfound respect for people who canoe down the Murray, because after an hour yesterday my butt hurt. I could imagine that they have a little bit more comfortable setups. This isn't the most expensive setup, but I think for what I plan to use, I think it'll be enough. I didn't plan this turnaround to have a look at the boat. I lost control of the kayak. Try again. Alright, let's try it. No idea how deep I should do it. Give it a bit of line. Alright. I caught a fish, I'm going to fall off the kayak. Alright, I think we have an issue with that. It should. If you just get a bit of weed on it, it's not going to tell it wasn't working right. I can do it by myself. There's a few shrimp in there. Not very big, but there's a few. Okay, so that was my little trip trying to troll. Now look, you can be able to troll. I think I'll get better at it as I get more used to the canoe. But yeah, it's a shrimp with babies. I always like putting on 2 shrimp. Big baits catch big fish. River's still flowing pretty fast. They're obviously letting some water through. And then we'll put a nice big morsel of worms on this one. This was straight off the back of the boat, straight down. And we got ourselves a carp. Caught round the other line. Which way is he caught? I've got a hell of a mess. All right, hang on. I'm going to let you go. Just let me get a finger. There we go. All right, look at that. He hooked the line pretty deep, so I've just cut a hook off, and it's going to dissolve.
Oh, Callum, just there.
Straight off the back of the boat.
Ow.
And we moved to a new spot because it's windy as hell. So we got ourselves a little bit of a sheltered area. I've been here before. It's very snaggy. If you throw your line out just a little bit too far, it's going to get snagged up. So I just dropped that straight down off the back of the boat. I figured if there's snags there, there's going to be callop there. And there we go, straight away. Keep an eye on that other rod. There was a bite on that one before. Julie's inside the kitchen watching serial killer videos. Always makes me wonder, especially sometimes we're out in the middle of nowhere, she's watching serial killer videos. What is it with chicks? They like watching serial killer videos. But then a lot of those videos, well, basically in all the videos they catch the serial killer. Anyway, so I just dropped that literally straight down the back of the boat. It's fairly deep. And then I just took up a little bit of the slack. And I wedged that there like that. Alright, so let's add this on. To say that fishing's been tough is an understatement, but I've got 1 carp, 3 callop, 1 catfish. Julie's got 1 carp. So in the last 48 hours we've caught 6 fish. So yeah, fishing's a bit tough. These things are covered in spiders. It's pretty deep here. I think I've got a fish. Look at that. Well, this one's got a bit more weight to it. Oh, check that out. Check that out. Beautiful. How cool is that? It's Julie on the back of the houseboat. She's fishing there. It's gotten a bit gloomy, but I'm super excited. So I've caught 2 fish in my fishing kayak. It's just brought another next level of fishing. Still a very windy day. It's been windy all day. Good thing about the river is though you can just go around certain corners and the wind goes over you, and we're pretty sheltered. The wind's howling over the top of us though, but you can stay protected. This boat up here, Sensational Spirit, that was there yesterday, so he hasn't moved at all. Let's see how long this takes to get back to the boat. It's 7 o'clock. Wind's starting to pick up. eye on the prize. Everything's hurting. Lots of pain. My seat has shifted. Super uncomfortable. Lots of pain. Hands are hurting, shoulders are burning. Oh. 10 minutes. I was on this snag for 20 minutes and not one single bite. That's fishing for you. This time last year, when we were up here, if you dropped a line in with a worm on it, you were guaranteed to catch something, most likely a carp, in like literally 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You were catching so many carp that you actually got sick of fishing. So far this year, fishing has been very tough. Very tough. But I reckon it's because the river's dirty. I think they've let a lot of Murray River Darling water in. We've got 2 boats up here. We've got Sensational Spirit, the white one, and this cream and red one is Orlando. They're both hire boats. Orlando's near a really good snag that I wanted to fish, but I'm not going to go sit right next to them. This is Bullion Creek. Now this creek runs all the way, I think all the way into Renmark. So what you see is this here on the left, that's actually an island. Bullion Island, I'm pretty sure it's called. And this is where the dinghy derby boats go in. Bullion Creek. The dinghy derby is these little aluminium dinghies, 2 people on it, that go screaming through here at like 100 kilometers an hour, some ridiculous speeds. They go zigzagging through the creek. There's one guy at the back on the motor, and there's a guy who hangs off the front who's at balance, leaning left and right as the boat goes through. So this creek, it goes for miles. Like I said, this here on the left is an island. So yeah, one day when I got a better cushion, I'm going to go up here with the dinghy, with the kayak. So as you can see here, the water is actually flowing into here. It's pushing me into the creek. Our humble little houseboat. Air conditioned, running hot water. Okay, and we are done for this trip again. Fishing was tough, but we've got 3 carp, 4 callop, 1 catfish. Julie had 1 carp, and we had one, that last slob that I caught. Bonus point, didn't get it on video, but I caught a 57 centimetre carp. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. And this is our spot at the 584 kilometre mark. We've got about a 2.5–3 hour trip back to Renmark. And sorry about the lack of action in this one, but I did get to use this, and hopefully we're going to get a little bit more action out of that in future videos. Anyway, thanks everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.